Hi. About 10 minutes ago I was lying in bed eating Cocoa Pops and I got Cocoa Pops literally all over me, and I've quickly scrubbed it off and then decided to film. So if I'm a little bit scatterbrained throughout this, I don't know what to tell you. I've got Cocoa Pops on my mind, darling. It's a Sunday and I'm chilling. And what does Sunday mean? It means hair wash day. So for last week's video, I dyed my hair pink and I had to straighten it just to check that I got hair dye all over it evenly, and I did. I'm really impressed I managed to do that. I've been having to dedicate like a whole day to hair washes because it really takes me that long. Curly hair is no joke and it's not for the faint-hearted, but I'm here for you. We can get through this. I'm trying to cut down how long it takes me to wash my hair. That's what I'm gonna do today. We're gonna try, okay? We're gonna try. This hair routine is gonna focus on mostly like resetting your hair / maybe like the first wash that you wanna do if you're going into the whole curly hair world hunt. Back to the basics, if you will. After a week of straight hair, I'm a little bit worried on how my curls are gonna turn out. I really have squished them for the past week. Look at them. Oh. So I have been following the curly girl method for about 6 months, I'd say now. Don't get me wrong, it has been beneficial to me. However, I feel like there's little tweaks to the curly girl method that I want to focus on. So I don't have time to mess around today. I'm just gonna jump straight in and show you exactly what I do to get my hair from like straight to curly with absolutely no heat. This is all just going to be different products I use and ways of applying them. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, let's do it then. So I'm just brushing my hair to get all the tangles out. This is okay to do when your hair is like straightened because obviously there's no curls to sort of disrupt and like frizz out when you brush it. And just from touching it, I can literally feel that I've got quite a lot of product buildup. If you run your hands like a few times, like this, over your hair, and then go like this, if you feel like some kind of residue, it's most likely product buildup. And this is when I like to clarify my hair. If there's too much buildup on your hair, then your hair's gonna be a little lifeless. It's not gonna have much shine to it. The curls aren't gonna hold as well. It's just gonna be a little bit like, ugh. Do you know what I mean? I like to do something which is completely natural, and it's this. 1 minute because the, wait, okay. I'd probably say I do it every 3 washes, and I'm basically just gonna get some apple cider vinegar and a spray bottle, mix it with water, and let it sit on my hair for like literally 2 minutes tops. Wait, what is in this spray bottle? I'm literally at that embarrassing age where I don't know whether this is Zaflora or conditioner and water. What is this? I think that's Zaflora. Should we just have a little clean up while we're here? I'm gonna be honest, I don't plan anything in my life, so I don't really do proper measurements. But I'd say I wouldn't use too much vinegar. I'd probably use about this much and then fill the water up to about here. Honestly, I love doing this. Let me just put water in. After I've done it, it makes my hair so shiny. It just removes any buildup of product on my actual hair. But I find that the most important thing it does is remove buildup of product from my scalp. Because generally you are using a lot of product, so this just kind of like melts it all off. It also balances your scalp's pH as well. I just can't recommend it enough. Don't get it in your eyes. Ow. Because it proper burns. So I was sitting there, apple cider vinegar on my titties. Oh, I just realised I forgot to do a thumbnail. Well, that's good. I mean, I can do one now, right? Alright, so it's been about 2 minutes. I'm gonna go and wash it off. There is no need to use shampoo. This is Beso, a shampoo. But the conditioner I'm gonna use is the Naughty 97% Natural to the Rescue. I'm also gonna use the Sainsbury's Apple Conditioner. I love these, they're great for curly hair. I really recommend you make sure that your hair products do not have silicone in. That is because silicone basically acts as a barrier on your hair. So for example, if you used a silicone conditioner, it would bind the hair together and give it the illusion of it being shiny, but in reality what it's actually doing is, because of the barrier, it's not letting any moisture get into your hair. So for the short term it will look really shiny and great, but long term honestly you're just gonna have dried out hair, and the silicone will again weigh your curls down. So these conditioners are great if you're on a budget. This is like 85p from Sainsbury's. So to be clear, I'm gonna wash out the apple cider vinegar, then I'm gonna put this in my hair. I'm gonna leave it in for about 10 minutes and I'm gonna wash it out completely. After that, to make sure there's just a little bit more moisture, I'm gonna get the apple conditioner and just use about this much, so not much, and I do have quite a lot of hair. I'm gonna rub it between my hands like this, put it in my hair, and then not wash it out. I'm gonna leave it in just for that extra bit of moisture. Okay, I need to go wash this vinegar out literally now. Right, I'm back. And I look kind of naked, but I promise I'm not. I also have a small slight problem, which is, I don't know how, but I've managed to lose a leave-in conditioner in my own home. It's just gone, it's vanished, poof, whatever. So instead of using a leave-in conditioner today, we're just gonna use a tiny bit of my normal conditioner. The aim of leave-in conditioner is to just get moisture into your hair, so this is fine, really. I'm also gonna use a bit of this as, I guess, an experiment. I haven't used it in literally like 6 months. It's the Wave Curl Cream. I'm gonna use a tiny bit of that. One of my favorite things to do is make sure my spray bottle is now just water, no apple cider vinegar, please. Literally just that, because the last thing I want to do is start putting product onto like hair that's drying. Hair's not like completely soaking wet, just still damp. You know what I mean? Also, one of the most important things you're going to need is gel. Where's my gel? Here's my gel. I got a really cute little mini one, and this is the Eco Style Black Castor and Flaxseed Oil. I previously was using the olive oil one, like the big tub. It's really good, but I think that this one is better. Kind of glittery. You can't really see, I don't think, but it's like sparkling. It's amazing. First thing I'm gonna do is just brush out all of my hair. Your hair should feel real silky smooth, honeys, from the shower. Literally a tiny bit of this. Literally just that. Throw it between my hands and just squeeze it into my hair. Your roots don't want too much product on them, so only put a tiny bit on them. So my hair is moisturized and it is free of tangles. So the next step is I wanna get that curl definition back in so it doesn't dry looking like a mixture between a frizzy cloud and like ramen noodles. So with my favorite brush, the Denman brush, I'm basically gonna brush away from my scalp. I never brush downwards. Like this. Maybe twirl it at the end, and basically then I'm just gonna scrunch it. Do you see how literally curls are starting to form? See the difference already? You see that? I literally just keep repeating this step until my whole head is done. It's super easy, but super important. It seems like a really easy thing to miss and like really basic, but I'm telling you, it is literally a game changer for me in terms of getting my curl definition back, especially when I've been straightening it. Keep topping up with water. You don't want your hair to dry out too much. I went through so many years of thinking that I just had to straighten my hair, like it just wasn't an option, because my hair looked so awful when I didn't put heat on it, but this has honestly been literally life-changing. Okay, so this side is scrunched and this side is not, for a side by side. I'm actually so excited to see what my hair is going to look like curly with my hair dyed, because I haven't actually done that yet, and I really hope it looks okay. I'm worried that if it's too frizzy, which it can be sometimes, and pink as well, it's going to look really horrible, but we're just going to see. Right, now I'm going to take some curl cream. I'm literally going to take like this much. I really don't want to overload my hair with a new product right now. Rub it to my hands so it emulsifies. Sexy. Scrunch that in. I'm kind of happy with how my curls look right now. Not completely, they're not very tight. Some of them are a little bit loose and like not as spirally as they normally are. But again, this is probably because I straightened it. The last bit is to get a little bit of gel. The thing with gel is I don't want it to go like too deep into my hair, otherwise it's gonna not move very much. I just want it to set my curls. Like I just want it to give as much hold as possible without drying it out. So I just like to lightly scrunch the gel in like this. This just kind of makes sure the hair has a coating of gel, but it doesn't completely like penetrate the hair, you know? One thing which I've started doing recently, which I found is really important, is to basically keep moving my hair when I'm scrunching. I tended to just kind of scrunch it the way I just did and then leave it, and then it would dry in like two big pieces, like there wasn't a lot of like natural movement. So when you're scrunching your hair, if you just kind of keep moving it around, the way that you like leave your hair is the way that it's gonna dry. Obviously, like think about when you've gone to bed with wet hair, then you've woken up and it's been like crazy and you haven't been able to fix it until you wash your hair again. Even if you straighten it, it's literally the same thing. Once hair sets and dries, it's gonna be a little stubborn after that. So what I'm gonna do is leave it to dry now like this, just air dry. Ah! Oh! That's very hot. I'm just trying to show you my spaghetti. I'm gonna go eat this and then I'll come back and let you know how everything's going. Okay? I'll be back. Hello! It's been about half an hour and my hair's actually dried way quicker than it normally does. I don't know if it was the curl cream or whether because I didn't use that much gel, but yeah, it's feeling good. I'd say it's about like 80% dry. The roots are the wettest part of me right now. And again, I keep like flipping my hair like that, super sexy, I know, but it's just the best way to make sure that your hair doesn't kind of dry in one place and like stick to your head, as I mentioned earlier. It's looking a little bit frizzy towards the ends, but I feel like that is to be expected. I mean, it is bleached, obviously. I'll be back. It's been a fair few hours now. My hair is like 110% dry. So this is the current state of it. I will say it feels very light and bouncy and it's moving around a lot, which again is what I want. Now obviously I put gel in my hair and what gel does is it makes things crispy and it holds hairs. Can't explain things for shit. Don't want your hair to feel crunchy. So this is the part where you scrunch out the crunch. I did not make up that saying, it's very well known in the curly hair community, but yeah, basically you want to get all of the gel out of your hair, and again, this is why you make sure your hair is dry, because if you do this when it's wet, it's just gonna poof out like 7 times the size. You can put a little bit of oil on your hands. Just scrunch your hair until you get all of the gel out. You kind of do it until it's nice and soft. This should bring any volume that you've lost from putting gel in back, but with curl definition. I'm actually liking it. I was so worried that I wouldn't like it with the colour, but I do. I'm gonna flip it upside down just a little bit. Then what we're gonna do is get my fingers, shove them in the roots of my hair and shake it about, and oh my god, my roots feel so light from doing the apple cider vinegar. The reason why I'm doing this is just to make sure that no hair's like stuck together with the roots. It gives you a bit more volume. For now, I'm very happy. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, not that long ago, my hair was like frizzy and puffy and the most disgusting thing without any heat. So I'm so happy I can get to the point where I don't have to use heat on my hair because I don't like it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see how to dye your hair pink like this, then please watch last week's video. I'll put the link in the description box, and yes, okay, in a bit.